Hey, happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. I sure did. And so did some teams across Europe that were crowned champions. My name is Adrian and welcome to Rabona TV, the weekend review. You know how it is, but in case you don't, top 5 leagues are all examined closely, and then one league, a bonus league, is tossed in there for good measure. Oh, and if you want to win a sweet new Rabona TV hoodie like this one, or a sweater of your choosing, then go watch the 10K Q&A special. Also, we'll be doing watch-alongs this week, Champions League watch-alongs, so don't miss those. And oh yeah, one last thing. I started a new Instagram page for this channel, which doesn't have any content on it at the moment, but it will soon. Lots of behind the scenes stuff, some serious football stuff, some meme type stuff, a little bit of everything. So if you followed that page, I would be oh so appreciative. And no, I'm not doing a blah 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 amount of followers with no content type thing. Anyways, let's go. So we have some bonus leagues, plural, this week as we check up on competitions from around Europe. First off, let's give a shout out to Celtic as they clinched their 7th straight title. And how do they do it? Oh, just with a 5-0 thrashing of their rivals Rangers. Happy for Celtic, but sad for Rangers and their fans. Long gone are the days of that classic rivalry actually being competitive, but hopefully they will soon be on their feet so that Celtic can have some competition. 7 straight titles? Yeesh. In Turkey, Fenerbahce and Istanbul Başakşehir both won to stay on track, while Galatasaray defeated Besiktas 2-0 at home to ensure that they are sitting at the top of the table after 31 matches played. They have 1 point lead over Başakşehir, 3 points over Fener, and 4 over Besiktas. Still so tight in Turkey. In Portugal, we don't need to talk about Portugal, to be honest with you. Nothing really happened there. In Denmark, Brøndby defeated the 4th place Nordsjælland to extend their lead to 5 points over Midtjylland with 4 matches remaining. Nail biters, all of them. Alright, let's go to England where, of course, it's all sorted out there, at least at the top. So let's start at the bottom as there's still much to be figured out there. Swansea hosted Chelsea and after 4 minutes, Chelsea's number 4 scored his his second goal of this Premier League season. That was actually his 50th goal in the Premier League in total, as he became just the 3rd Spanish player to notch 50 times in the Prem, behind Fernando Torres and Diego Costa. And that was the only goal of this match, so now we turn to Southampton, a fellow bottom dweller, as they hosted Bournemouth. A Bournemouth team that was winless in 4 matches going into this one. The Saints, however, were winless in 5 across all competitions. However, Mark Hughes' men showed up for this match as a Dusan Tadic brace squeezed out a narrow but extremely important win for Southampton. This match was tight, my friend, extremely tight, just as it is at the bottom of the table. Liverpool faced Stoke, a team that was 18th going into this match day, and that match ended 0-0. Liverpool won off the pitch, however, as Roberto Firmino signed a new long-term contract extension. So, let's look at how West Brom against Newcastle went. And damn it, they only went in one way. And no, they didn't score from a set play, but from open play, as Matt Phillips lashed home the eventual winner in the 28th minute. So the bottom of the Prem is not sorted out just yet. That win for West Brom means they are now just 2 points behind Stoke and 5 points behind Swansea in 17th. However, Swansea do have a game in hand. But look at the teams they play in their last 3 matches. Bournemouth away, Southampton at home, and Stoke at home. Wow. Talk about an exciting end to the season. Am I right? Also, Manchester City put 4 past West Ham, a team who's not 100% safe just yet, in 5th with 35 points, although it's looking quite likely that they'll be fine. But mathematically, not safe yet.
Leroy Sané became the first City player ever to get 10 plus goals in both the assists and goals columns in the Premier League, when he scored 13 minutes into the match. For the first time in his career, Raheem Sterling got a hat-trick of assists, as he quickly became the 2nd player in City history to have 10 plus goals and assists.
Currently, City players occupy the top 4 spots as far as assists go, and here's why. They took their goal tally past the century mark for this season, as they've now scored 102, becoming the fastest team to score 100 goals in the Prem after just 35 matches. With 3 matches to go, they need only score 2 more to beat the record for most goals in a Premier League season, and they have now equaled Chelsea's record of 30 wins in 1 season. Man, they've got to be talked about as one of the most dominant or the best Premier League sides ever. Most wins, probably most goals, fastest to 100 goals, probably get most points too. And for the last time, we saw Jose Mourinho go up against Arsene Wenger as the manager of Arsenal. No more tie flips. It was nice to see the respect being shown from Mourinho towards Wenger before the match, and that trophy thingy that Sir Alex Ferguson gave Wenger was also a classy touch. On the pitch, Arsenal rested a ton of players in order to save them for their Europa League semi-final second leg, while Mourinho went pretty much guns blazing, just swapping out Jones for Lindelof, and it really showed on the pitch as United dominated the first half, with Pogba tucking home a rebound after Hector Bellerin made an outrageous save on his former teammate Alexis Sanchez's header. If anything, judging by how most Arsenal players seem to have hated Sanchez by the end of his time there, that save to deny him from scoring must have felt like a win for Bellerin.
But regarding Pogba, he's now been involved in 4 goals in his last 4 Premier League games with 3 goals and 1 assist. That's more like it. But Henrik Mkhitaryan, of course, pulled one back in the 51st, becoming the only player ever to both score for and against United in one season.
Later on, Marwan Fellaini guided home an Ashley Young cross, respect to Fellaini and respect to Young, one of the best crossers in this United side. Man, speaking of which, why is Lukaku also one of the best at crossing in this United side? There's been multiple occasions now where he's hit an absolute peach of a cross into his teammates. Something that he doesn't seem to get delivered to him too often, but anyways, that's how this one ended, 2-1. Unfortunately for Arsene, he can't get a win in perhaps his last time facing United, in the Premier League at least, and perhaps even more unfortunate, they've lost 6 consecutive away matches for the first time since 1966. Pretty rough. Oh, and in case you're wondering, next Saturday will be Arsene Wenger's final home match for Arsenal, as their final 2 Premier League matches are both away to Leicester and then Huddersfield. That about wraps up England, so let's hit Germany now, where Hoffenheim set the mark early on Friday as they beat Hanover 96 3-1 at home, their 3rd win in a row as they're unbeaten in 9 matches now. Andrej Kramaric was the hero, the hat-trick hero, as he scored his 10th, 11th, and 12th goals of this Bundesliga campaign. That win took them up into the top 4 now, as they've had an incredible rise through the ranks in the latter half of the season, and that 9-match unbeaten run is currently the best of the Bundesliga. Leverkusen were expected to easily roll over Stuttgart as they welcomed them to the Bay Arena on Saturday, but this super lopsided match ended with the visitors coming out on top thanks to a Christian Gentner goal. Leverkusen outshot Stuttgart 21-4, and Zieler even saved a penalty in the first half to ensure his team came out with the 3 points. So Leverkusen remain 1 point behind Hoffenheim in 5th place, aka Europa League place.
RB Leipzig's poor form continued as they slumped to a 3-0 loss away to Mainz. Across all competitions, they are winless in 5, with 4 of those matches being big-time losses, conceding 18 and scoring only 6.
Bayern fielded some young guys and some second stringers and still got a 4-1 victory over Eintracht Frankfurt and their future manager, Niko Kovac. Kovac's side have actually lost 3 straight matches now and are winless in 5. Too late to cancel? I'm kidding. I know next to nothing about Kovac as I haven't dug deep on him just yet. But maybe I will. And at the bottom of the table, Hamburger SV won their 2nd straight match, and surely they aren't going to escape yet again, are they? Well, actually, they might, as they are just 2 points out of the relegation playoff spot now, with Wolfsburg losing twice in a row. Hamburger play Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Mönchengladbach in their final 2 matches, while Wolfsburg plays FC Köln and RB Leipzig. It's gonna be close. Alright, and Borussia Dortmund got a draw away to Werder Bremen. Coming into this match, they were undefeated on occasions where Marco Reus was their captain, and that streak continues, while he also grabbed his 6th goal of this Bundesliga season from just 9 appearances. What a player he is. If he could only stay healthy, oof. Oh, and Jadon Sancho also looked great in this match as the Wonderkid factory continues to deliver in Dortmund. Well, in this case, Dortmund via Manchester City. Okay, France now, yet another league that is already decided. Not much going on there at the top besides Lyon making some moves. After a 2-0 win over Nantes at home, Lyon extended their unbeaten run to 10 matches with their 7 consecutive wins in Ligue 1. Their last loss coming on February 11th. Since then, they have scored 25 and conceded only 8. They've also scored 78 goals total in this Ligue 1 this season, which is their highest total ever in a single Ligue 1 season. And they still have 3 matches to go. Marseille rested some players, so they only managed a 1-1 draw away to Angers, while Monaco also only managed a draw at home, 0-0 with Amiens. So that means that Lyon is back in 2nd place now, 1 point above Monaco and 19 behind PSG. PSG, by the way, played to a 2-2 draw against Guingamp, of course. A meaningless match for us, but not for Edinson Cavani.
With a 7-minute brace, Cavani became PSG's all-time top scorer in Ligue 1, surpassing Zlatan's 113 goals with 115 to his name now. Across all competitions, he scored 38 goals and has 7 assists.
Enough with France, let's look at España now, as on Friday afternoon, Andrés Iniesta finally went public with his decision that this season would be his last at FC Barcelona. I like what he's doing though, and he emphasized this in his press conference. He's leaving on his own terms, and while he is still useful to the team, still playing regularly, still contributing, and still one of the best players within the squad. Great to see, as opposed to becoming just a bit part player and fading away slowly. He will be missed, as he's been with Barcelona since he was just 12 years old. Speaking of Barcelona, they had trouble at times against Deportivo La Coruña, but ultimately got the win they needed in order to secure the La Liga title. Coutinho got the Catalonians off to a great start with a great strike, and he's off to a decent start in Spain. 3 goals and 5 assists from 14 appearances? Hey, not the worst. Messi doubled their lead in the 38th minute, but Depor clawed back twice, twofold, to make it 2-2. But Messi wasn't having that, and he scored the winner in the 82nd and completed his hat-trick 3 minutes later to give Barcelona the 4-2 win.
Messi became the first player ever to score 30-plus goals in 7 La Liga seasons. He couldn't have done it without Luis Suarez, however, as Suarez became the first player to assist all 3 of Messi's goals in 1 match.
So, Barcelona have won the title with 4 matches remaining, which is a La Liga record in the 21st century. Now, the only question is, can they do it without losing? They still have to play El Clasico next weekend, but that is being played at the Camp Nou. Mind you, Real Madrid isn't afraid of winning at the Camp Nou. Real Madrid, by the way, got a 2-1 win at home, which saw the disgruntled Gareth Bale score what was his 15th goal of the season across all competitions. He's Madrid's second highest scorer in La Liga, with 12. Borja Mayoral doubled their lead, and Darko Brasinac pulled one back for Leganés, but that was all she wrote from that match in particular. A 2-1 win for Madrid. Guess what the score was in the Atletico match? Go ahead. Try to guess. You're right, it was 1-0 to Atletico against Alaves. 1-0 Madrid got their 10th 1-0 win of this La Liga season, so they hold on to their 4-point lead over Real Madrid in second place. Alright, let's wrap things up in the Serie A, and it's looking like Juventus took some steps towards wrapping up the league itself when they went away to the San Siro to take on Inter. Douglas Costa started brightly and put Juve ahead in the 13th minute. At that point, he had been involved in Juve's last 6 Serie A goals, with 2 goals and 4 assists. Vecino sweetened the pot for Juve by getting himself sent off 4 minutes later, but Inter rallied, and in the 52nd minute, Icardi drew the hosts level with his 27th goal of the Serie A season. He scored 8 goals against Juve in 11 matches. 13 minutes later, Napoli fans were in dream world, as an Andrea Barzagli own goal put Inter ahead. In the final few minutes of the match, however, those dreams turned to nightmares when Skriniar decided to do as the Juve do and make it 2-2 with 3 minutes remaining, a great own goal. Well, a 2-2 draw would do just fine for Napoli and for their match on Sunday, but the sleeping giant Gonzalo Higuain woke up in the 89th minute and scored the winner, which was his first in 716 minutes of football, aka his longest drought since arriving in Italy. So the ball was in Napoli's court on Sunday as they went away to Fiorentina, and this match went just about as badly as it could have for Napoli, with some saying that it was their worst performance yet under Maurizio Sarri. I guess it doesn't help that Kalidou Koulibaly was sent off in the 6th minute, in which Napoli could only hold Fiorentina off until the 34th, when Giovanni Simeone, yes, the son of Diego Simeone, scored his first of 3 goals in this match. He took his tally up to 13 on the season, which is 1 more than his previous best for 1 season of play. Fiorentina had 28 shots to Napoli's 4, which is both the most that Napoli have faced while under Sarri, and the least that they have attempted under the possibly outgoing manager. So that means at the top of the table, Juve's lead has been extended to 4 points. Whoever wins this one will absolutely be deserving of it. Sometimes Napoli look like bona fide leaders, but then again, you can't say that Juve are undeserving of the lead. With all of that experience in that squad, they are definitely deserving of first place. 3 matches to go, and Juve still have to travel away to play Roma. Roma, by the way, won 4-1 at home against Chievo as they hold on to a Champions League place, while AC Milan also won 2-1 over Bologna to stay within touching distance of Atalanta for the final Europa League spot. And this is the end, my friend. Once again, I appreciate you for watching, and if you appreciated this video, then drop a like for me. Don't forget to watch the 10K special if you want to win a Rabona TV sweater or hoodie. Join me for the watch-alongs this week, and stay sweet. Love ya.